I have one college basketball money line winner. I've got one NBA player prop for you, and then I think I'm going to give you a bonus total, and then I'm also going to give you a money line parlay so we can cash in today on this Thursday, February 27th, 2024. This is the Free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Last night, I gave us one play, 1.4% best bet, and it lost. North Carolina's team total, they did not score 84 points. It's pretty crazy to think about because RJ Davis had 42 points. If you think that a guy's going to score 42 points and your team doesn't score 84 points is a little bit crazy to me. But hey, Miami fought hard. They played defense. I wasn't expecting that much defense in the matchup. I also like the over, and that missed as well. So lost on the day, but it's okay. Today we bounce back as we have a full Tuesday slate of games. And I like the NBA card a little bit today. I think there's a few angles that we can exploit. So I'm ready to dive into these best bets. I appreciate all the love and support. We're still up on the year. Look at our year-to-date record right here. February, we're still going strong. 6 games above 500. We have a 2 or 3 more days left because I think it's a leap year this year. So hopefully we can get on a winning streak today and finish out this month strong. Appreciate the love and support. Subscribe to the channel and let's dive into these best bets. For my first best bet of the day, we are going to go to the college basketball slate, and I'm going to go to my favorite college basketball team, but I am not biased here because I've been watching them all year, and I'm going to break this down for you. But I just like the angle here that we can exploit, and we're going to go up to New York as Syracuse takes on Virginia Tech, and we're going to take Syracuse on the money line, minus 120 odds. Now, you're probably saying, Noble, didn't you just say you're a fan? So aren't you a little bit biased here? Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but when you look at the numbers, right, it's been an okay season for Syracuse in their first year without Jim Boeheim. In all honesty, as a fan, I've been following this team and program for years. We did not know what to expect in the post-Boeheim years, especially with Adrian Autry there. They're running man defense for the first time in like 40 years. And this Syracuse team is 18-10 on the year. They're not necessarily in the bubble hunt. They would have to go on a pretty crazy run in the ACC tournament to make, kind of a presence in the NCAA tournament. But I think they're an NIT team for sure. But this team this year has been strong at home. Let's look at a few of their recent home matchups. They beat Notre Dame on Saturday, 88-85. They beat North Carolina and upset them, 86-79. They beat Louisville at home before that, 94-92. Before that, the last home game they had before that was NC State. They won that game 77-65. They beat this Miami team 72-69. You kind of can get the point. They defend the home court pretty well, and I like that angle today because they're going against a Virginia Tech team that has struggled on the road all year. I just named out several wins in a row for the Syracuse team at home. Let me read out a few losses that Virginia Tech has had in a row on the road. They lost on Saturday to Pittsburgh, 79-64 on the road. Before that, they lost to North Carolina on the road. Okay, makes sense, that's North Carolina. But they lost on the road before that to Notre Dame, a team that's ranked 135th in KenPom. Before that, they lost to that Miami Hurricanes team that's not looking too good now. They lost on the road to them. Before that, on the road, they lost to Virginia. So we can see here that this team has lost several times on the road. They're actually only 1-9 against the spread on the road this year, and now they have to face a Syracuse team that has some momentum, picked up a big win against Notre Dame on Saturday, and then before that, they had a big win against NC State on the road. So this is a team that's playing with confidence right now, winners of 3 of their last 4, including beating North Carolina, and I think that can play them benefits today, being at home today against a Virginia Tech team that's just truthfully not that good away from home. Now, Virginia Tech can shoot the ball well, and I think if you want to take the over in this matchup, that is a good way to lean as well, as both of these teams can absolutely fill it up. Virginia Tech 91st from the 3-point range in college basketball, 44th in offensive efficiency. Syracuse on the other side is 99th in offensive efficiency, but they play very fast at 37th in tempo. So for me, I think this is going to be a great matchup going up and down the court, but in a game that's basically a pick'em, I have to lean with the team that is at home today, that has proven to be able to get it done at home. And Virginia Tech, like I mentioned, 1-9 against the spread away from home. For me, that's just an angle we're going to continue to exploit. KenPom has this as a 1-point win for Syracuse as well. Let's just go with Syracuse on the money line. They've been getting it done at home, and we're going to fade Virginia Tech here as our first best bet of the day. Now, for our second best bet of the day, we are going to go to the NBA, and I'm going to give you guys a player prop that I like. It's been an angle that I've been exploiting over the last few weeks. I haven't been sharing it as much as I probably should have because it's been hitting consistently, and that is my boy, Precious Achiuwa, Over 9.5 rebounds, minus 130 odds on FanDuel. I know it's a little bit juiced, but let me explain why I like this matchup today. One, we've got the Pelicans playing the Knicks. This was the total that I was going to give you, so here's your lean slash, fourth best bet. I'm going to count it towards the record, but it's more of a lean because the line has already moved. It opened up at 220. It's now at 218.5. I do like that 218.5 number. If you know me, I'm going to pay for the 219.5 number just because, I like to do that, or you can wait for it to be live, right? But I do think that this game goes under. One, the Pelicans have a lot of questionable injuries right now. Jose Alvarado is out for this matchup. CJ McCollum's questionable for this matchup. Zion Williams is questionable for this matchup. So that's first and foremost. So the Pelicans are missing a lot of people, but then we also know how the Knicks like to defend at home. One of the best teams in all of the NBA when defending the home court. They're 35-23 straight up on the year, 15-13 against the number at home. But the thing that I even like better is they're 9-20 to the under at home. So that's an angle we've been exploiting a lot this year. So that's one of the reasons why I like the under in this matchup. But because I like the under, guess what? That means a lot of rebound opportunities, a lot of missed shots, a low total of 220 in the NBA. That means that somebody has to grab the rebounds here. And that's why I really like Precious Achiuwa. Not only do the Pelicans give up the 11th most rebounds to centers in the NBA, but Precious Achiuwa, since he's been getting more minutes, especially with the Hartenstein injury, I like him to be able to grab these rebounds. He's gone over this total in 4 of the last 5 games and 6 of the last 8 games. Let's look at a few of his recent game logs. He played the Pistons last night. He grabbed 11 rebounds. In the game before that, he played the Celtics. He only grabbed 9 rebounds. But before that, he played Philly, 11 rebounds, Orlando, 14 rebounds, Houston, 17 rebounds, Indy, 6 rebounds, and Dallas, 16 rebounds. The reason why I told you about the 2 times that he missed against the Celtics and the Pacers, what do those 2 teams have in common? Exactly. They have stretch fives. They have people who pull you away from the rim. Then guess what? The Pelicans don't have that. You got Valanciunas down low. If Zion plays, you got him down low. So there's going to be a lot of rebound opportunities for Precious Achiuwa, especially with the Knicks playing defensively. We know what they like to do on that side of the ball, especially at home, especially with the injury news that's also coming for the Pelicans. And we also know the Knicks are without Julius Randle, OG Anunoby. Hartenstein's been playing a little bit of less minutes because of the injury there as well. So because of these things, I like that Achiuwa should be able to grub. I also like the under in this matchup, the under 220. So those are 2 best bets for you, but I really want to exploit the rebound angle with Precious Achiuwa because he's been going over this pretty consistently, and I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for him to grub today in what should be a low-scoring affair between 2 teams that are ranked in the top 10 in the NBA in points allowed, but also in the middle of the pack in terms of points scored. So for me, I'm going to lean towards the defensive side in this matchup. So that is the second and third best bet of the day. Now we've got our 4th/3rd final best bet of the day. It's the money line parlay of the day. These have been cash in for us. So let's run it back today. And I like 2 angles that I want to exploit very heavily today. We're going to take Mississippi State. They're playing Kentucky, and then we're going to take Kansas, who's playing BYU. Both of them to get a win at home today, plus 110 odds. Now, you might be asking yourself, Noble, Kentucky literally just smacked Alabama on Saturday. Why are we fading them here against Mississippi State? Well, you're absolutely right. Guess what? That Kentucky game was at home. This Kentucky team is not the same on the road as they are at home. Just like the angle that we exploited in the Virginia Tech analysis is the same angle that we're going to break down here. Yes, Kentucky beat Alabama at home in their last matchup, but guess what? On the road before that against LSU, they lost that game 75-74. Yes, they lost at the buzzer, but a loss is a loss, okay? Now, they did beat Auburn on the road, which is a pretty shocking win in my opinion, but this is the difference what I'm expecting between these 2 teams. Kentucky shoots a lot of threes. They shoot tough shots as well. They're near the bottom of college basketball in terms of types of shots taken, but they're number 1 in college basketball in terms of 3-point shots taken. But guess what? Guess what Mississippi does really well? They defend the 3-point line really well. 4th in all of college basketball in defensive 3-point percentage. So one team's strengths against another team's strength. So for me, I have to lean with the defensive side in this matchup, and the fact that they're at home, I just like as well. Mississippi State is ranked 11th in defensive efficiency. Like I mentioned, 23rd in effective field goal percentage on the defensive side of the ball, and 4th in 3-point defensive percentage. Now, this team has been on a hot streak, winning 5 in a row. That's why I also like them to defend the home court. They beat Mississippi at home. They beat Georgia at home. They beat LSU on the road in their last matchup. So yes, this is a little bit of a step up in class with Kentucky. And this is just a spot where we're fading Kentucky on the road here. I just like the situation for Mississippi State. Coming off that big win from Kentucky as well against Alabama, all that hype around the matchup. This is kind of a letdown spot for them as well. On the road, I don't need Mississippi State to cover even though the line is moving in their favor. We just need them to grab the win. Now, Kansas, on the other hand, I think they handle BYU pretty easily. This is another team that has struggled on the road this year. That is BYU. They have losses to Kansas State on the road Saturday in their last matchup. We saw them lose to Oklahoma State on the road in the game before that. So the BYU team is kind of spiraling out of control. Will they still make the NCAA tournament? Yes. But will they be as strong of a seed as they could have been? Not unless they go on a run in the Big 12 tournament. This Kansas team has turned things around after losing a few games a few weeks ago. We've picked up back-to-back wins against Oklahoma and Texas, including a big win against Texas at home on Saturday. I like the fact that Kansas should defend the home court today. They are at home. KenPom has this as a 5-point win for them. So I'm not overthinking it. Just go with 2 favorites on the money line against 2 teams that have struggled on the road, but just also in the situational angle says we should take them. Kansas on the money line. Give me Mississippi State on the money line to wrap us up to the end of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bet winners for you guys on this Thursday slate. Give me Syracuse on the money line. Give me Precious Achiuwa over 9.5 rebounds, but also give me the under in that Knicks game. Again, take that to 19.5 right there. And then let's wrap it up with a money line parlay with Mississippi State and Kansas on the money line plus Chicky to get us over. For more best bets and other picks and plays I'm taking throughout the day, make sure you click the link in the description to join the Discord group. Appreciate y'all. Let's have a day. Let's make some money, and we'll be back tomorrow. Later, gang.